Welcome to episode 16 of A Better or Best Podcast. It's your boy, as always, Charles Beloved, and I am here with my. Can we talk about the cleavage? I know you. Listen. My
boob bone ring.
I won't go for my beautiful, excitable in many ways.
Oh, I'm excitable.
I mean, no. I wish y'all make sure y'all look at the YouTube. No, you really look beautiful today. I don't know if it's the black, it's the glam, it's the accoutrement. She got a little Tiffany's, a little.
That's your favorite word.
What do you mean? It's a fact. Diamond earrings, Tiffany's. Let me set the stage. Bracelet. A robust wedding ring that I bought 8 years ago.
And we're about to get a new one in 2 years. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, guys.
Amazing wife and host of this show, Mrs. Shireen Kirkendall. What's up, baby?
Hi, babe. You don't look too bad yourself.
Well, thank you.
I like the little salt and pepper coming through.
Yeah, I'm old and washed. That is true. That is me.
So you were talking about all my
accessories.
My accessories.
Yeah.
We need to look up the meaning of the word accoutrement because Charles uses it. So he uses it.
And everybody loves it. It's the
a
stuff
food
on the side.
It's a food terminology.
Yes, it's a food terminology for like the things that accompany the main dish.
Is that what it means?
Yes, this is the main dish. Let's be clear. And you got the accessories as accoutrement. Yeah.
So Charles and I have word wars.
Yes, we do.
Because he thinks because I'm a black girl from the Bronx that I shouldn't know.
Don't know, but you have a master's degree. You're more educated than I.
It's not even educated.
You read 4,000 books like that. So
I probably did read 4,000 books.
No,
I used to be in my book bag.
What happened to your book bag?
You know what? It's crazy. We were going to fly somewhere, and I was like, I should download the Kindle app and just start paying so that I could start reading books again. Because when
I met you read the...
But you know what it was, right?
Yeah.
It was living in New York, riding the train.
You don't have
and
time to.
Now I don't have time to. Before I had an hour where I was sitting doing nothing, I would read a book. Yeah. But that was how I learned so many words. That's why I know so many random SAT words.
And how was this SAT words helping you in Candy Crush that you play all the time? Is that like... Is the SAT, what is it, stimulant?
So now that
help me understand, because when you should be reading...
Now that I'm not reading... Candy Crush keeps my mind nimble.
Okay. Great. You see the words? I gotta sleep next to this. Don't touch me. I gotta sleep next to the nimble. Like, just use simple English. Keep me occupied.
No,
keep me busy.
It's a brain teaser game. It keeps my mind nimble.
Okay, I've never played it, but all I know is that it's annoying when we're trying to watch our show. I'm sorry, I'm digressing. We're gonna get to the episode.
No.
When I'm trying to watch our shows that are important to the both of us, shows that if I travel, as I do 80% of the year, I wait when I have it on YouTube TV to watch it with you.
You mean I wait because I'll be at home.
Are playing Candy Crush and not even looking up at the screen and trying to fake like you're engaged.
So, Orlando, is this my camera? Charles is many things. What he is not is a multitasker.
Okay.
Charles
I can live with that.
Literally cannot tie his shoes and talk at the same time.
I can live with that. I am who I am.
So he sees me playing Candy Crush. I'm still paying attention to the show. I still know what's going on. I'm looking down. So I might miss, if there's a scene where there's no words and there's just an action, I might miss that. But I know what's going on in the show. And he gets so angry that I know what's going on and I can play Candy Crush at the same time.
I just want you to be as locked in as I. But you know what? That's the
thing.
I'm not giving y'all our marital disputes.
You got the people looking at our marital disputes. We put it on display.
For better or best.
Anyway, so you talked about all my side stuff, and what I want to talk about today is, buying stuff. We talked about you are a spender.
Yeah.
I too am a spender. You are blow a bag beloved.
Oh, triple B beloved. Yeah. I'm blowing bag. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Ready to wear beloved is what we're going with.
But you also are ready to wear beloved.
Shout out Large Jess, my designer, who designed this beautiful fit. We in custom.
But we are, I think people see our stuff and I'm not about to tell, I'm not on DHgate, y'all. Yeah. That's also not me. So that's not
what is DHgate?
It is. So you don't be, okay. So it's
I'm just supposed to know what DHgate is?
Yeah, because it's a thing right now.
Okay.
All the girls on Instagram are posting. There's this one girl, I see herself all the time. She has a wall of shoes, and they are all replicas.
Oh, so replica stuff. Oh, yeah. No. I don't play that.
And DHgate.
I don't play that at all.
Baby, some of them replicas. But the crazy part is I will Google something. Like, let's say I'm Googling a specific bag.
Yeah.
DHgate comes up in the results, and it will show me replica if like 5 of them are like the actual website, Rebag, Fashion Pile, and like other places where I could buy it used. The other half are then like the replica websites.
Wow. Well, that's crazy. So it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
I don't step into replica world ever since my grandmama.
Why?
On Canal Street was trying to buy a Louis Vuitton bag and got raided. And I'm like, I'm working in finance wearing a suit. I said, Grandma, get your ass out of the back of this Canal Street store trying to buy some Louis Vuitton.
Yo, Canal Street was
crazy.
Canal Street was the first DHgate. If you know, you know.
So I'm just not going to have it until I can afford it. And I have worked it up from, the Coach. You know what I mean? There was a time for that.
I used to be.
You know what I mean? The McQueen and all that, we interim. It's a little bit higher than that.
A little bit higher than that.
Louis Vuitton, a little Gucci, a little Prada, a little ready to wear.
So we're big, like, I don't want to say bargain, because obviously we're buying.
I think it is bargain. No, I mean, bargain in the sense of we want the full price items, but we don't want to pay full price for it.
Yeah.
So.
Also, I'm not about to tell y'all we buying stuff off the back of a truck. That's not where this
not scamming situation, but like we've always
we work really hard to find good deals. Is what I'll say.
I like that.
So we go out of our way to research. I think a great example is recently we were at the outlets in Palm Springs.
Yeah.
If you have never been, if you come to the LA area, I highly suggest making some time in your trip to go to the outlets in Palm Springs.
Absolutely.
They're in Cabazon. They're right outside of Palm Springs. And they literally have every single designer store.
Every designer other than Louis, who doesn't do outlets.
Louis doesn't do outlets.
Gucci, Fendi.
Christian Louboutin.
McQueen. Yeah, they got everything. They got
Prada.
Everything.
So we go there, I would say maybe twice a year. Because it's a 2-hour drive. It's like a decent trip.
From where we're at.
But Charles was in line for Gucci, and YSL was right there. And I was like, hey, I'm just going to run into YSL real quick. I got a pair of sandals for $150. And then there was a purse. He had showed me all, like, he was like, oh, these are the bags, and we're having a special because we went right before Black Friday. We went the weekend before Black Friday.
Like, I'm not going during
We're not going Black Friday.
We're over it.
But we went the weekend. We know you're going to have sales. He was like, and these bags, they're current season, and we have markdowns. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I have a YSL bag, and I was like, I don't want to get the same size. I want to get the smaller one. So I asked him to bring out the smaller one of this bag, and he actually bought out the size already I have, the medium. And I was like, well, I already have the medium. And he was like, well, there's a $200 difference between the small and the medium. And I was like, oh, okay.
Simple math.
So we're big on Googling. If I find something in the outlet.
We're going to sit there. This is why it's an all-day shopping experience.
We're going to take a few minutes because I'm like, I want to Google, is this the best price? Am I going to get it cheaper somewhere else? I Google. The bag was selling on Nordstrom full price for $3,900.
Oh, yeah. And Charles wasn't with $3,900.
And I was like, well, I'm not about to pay $3,900.
No. I don't know all day. I say if you pay the $3,900, that needs to be Chanel. We need to be Chanel-ish.
This bag was selling at the outlet for $1,750. I said, sir, get my $150 shoes and ring it up, because people gonna think I paid $39 and I didn't.
And that speaks to our shopping methodology. We want those nice accessory, those nice defining pieces to the closet, to the vibes, but we not trying to pay that full price
at all. So for us, I think we loop in our love of travel with our love of shopping, and we have figured out how to combine them. So Charles had been wanting, really what put us on to like going to Europe to shop was
the Rolex.
Charles had been wanting a Rolex.
I had been wanting a Rolex.
He had been wanting a Rolex for, at this point,
about 4 or 5 years. So my watch game started out very
I bought the
early.
Breitling.
Yeah, before Breitling, though, like I've always liked watches. So when we had no money, it was I don't even remember the first watch I was interested in, but I was an Apple Watch poppy. You know what I mean? Apple Watch.
And then you were looking at a tag.
Like Tissot and tags.
A Movado.
And every time I want a Movado. I had a Movado. I definitely had a Movado. Stop playing with Movado. I'll pull out a Movado right now, vintage. You ain't gonna say shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me chill. Into the Movados. And then we accelerated to the Breitling, which was like, again, that defining watch that I ever wanted. But then shortly thereafter, I was like, yo, I want a Rolex.
He started making a little money. Now
you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I need the Rolex.
You see how it's never enough for people?
I need the Rolex. And so we went overseas because the prices of Rolexes just was not palatable to me.
Well, even before that, we were talking to a friend about getting a Rolex. Shout out to Gordon. And he's like, yo, you got to go to Europe.
Yeah.
And Charles is like, well, why do I need to go to Europe?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, go to Europe because stuff is just priced cheaper in Europe. He was like, and then you get tax back. And I'm like, oh, okay.
We had no idea.
He tells us this at like dinner. So like.
Flippantly. Like,
yeah. He's like, yeah. Go to Europe. So Charles gets in his research bag.
There you go.
And goes down the rabbit hole of like European pricing.
Start with like best shopping in Europe. So I needed to know where we needed to go. We were travelers at this point, but like that wasn't our goal. Was to shop. It was to like experience. We had Greece, Italy, all that. But like we were in Milan, we weren't shopping in Milan. We were just there to experience the vibe. So once we realized that this could be a dual purpose trips, I was like best places to shop in Europe. And then at that point, we were like, okay, it's Paris, right? And then we went down the list, Berlin, which we went to this year. And so now we're knocking them all off the list of best places to shop. But when he said the tax back, we really looked into like that. And when we went to London, me, you, Naeem, and them, that was the first time we experienced that. But that was pre-Brexit. Because after Brexit, London
stepped out.
UK stopped doing tax back. We could get into the intricacies of this. Because when I go to London, I'm not shopping in London. I'm there for the vibes. Unless there's a unique London exclusive piece.
Yes.
And then we can okay, I digress. So when we went, we bought McQueen's. Our friend Naeem bought a Brightland. And then we went and they told you had to go to the airport. They give you this form. They need your passport. And they were like, hey, this is the price. You convert the euros to USD. So we're in the store and we're doing the math. Okay, so it's really going to be this when it hits the credit card.
And then you get a little bit back.
12% of that number back at a later date. So we do it as a litmus test. I bought McQueen's about $400 or $500. I was one of the first people in the U.S.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
So between McQueen's, he said he was a trendsetter for McQueen's.
I was the first person rocking McQueen's and Rick Owens.
And Rick Owens.
I posted Rick Owens on one of our days to Vegas. And then everybody in the comments was talking about Rick Owens, like, oh, them shoes crazy. And then everybody started buying them there. But I mean, you know what? You don't got to give my flowers. I get my flowers from the Most High. It's all good.
Trendsetter beloved. We love that for you.
So furthermore, at a $400-$500 pair of McQueen's, we got like $50,
I didn't even remember you got VAT back on that. We did. I remember we went.
So when Gordon reintroduced that to us, we didn't think too much of it at that time because those were smaller amounts back. We trying to make a purchase of $15,000, $20,000, $25,000. It's like, wait a minute.
That's a lot of money.
Sizable amount of money back. So you had like an actual.
Okay, so I have an
let's
example.
Get into that before we get into the
travel
and
talk
about the economics.
Yes. Okay, so a Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I got a GM, the big one. So, Louis Vuitton Neverfull, they got the small, the medium, the large. I'm talking about the big boy.
Okay, big boy.
Yes. And if you don't have a Louis Vuitton Neverfull, it's a workhorse. It's probably one of the best bags you can buy. On the U.S. Louis Vuitton website right now, it sells for $2,100 plus tax of wherever you live. Okay? So then you got to add in your tax. Let's say you end up at $2,500. Yep. A Louis Vuitton Neverfull on the Europe website is 1,550 euros.
Okay. 1,550 euro.
And that converts to 1,690.
Wow.
USD.
So we had 2,100 plus tax to 1,690 right now.
Right now. And then, depending on where in Europe you go, everywhere has different percentages. Paris,
Paris is about 12. Berlin's like 15. 16%.
Yeah. I think Milan was like almost 20%. So everywhere has different percentages. You get that they give you the tax back because you're not a European citizen.
Absolutely.
And the taxes, it's not like the U.S. The tax is already bundled into this price.
So this price you see is the price that you pay.
This $1,690 is what you will swipe your card for. And then whatever conversion fees your credit card company charges you. So it might come out to be a little bit more. But then you'll get 12%, 15% back
within about 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks max.
They give you have to bring your passport to prove that you're not an EU citizen. Yep. And they give you a form when you leave the country, whether by plane or train. You have to get your form stamped by the officer. Sometimes you mail it back. Sometimes they do it within an app. But either way, you go through the process and then you'll see a refund on your credit card within a few.
Absolutely. So in that example, we talking over $1,000 delta between just going to the Atlanta Mall or the Houston Mall or the Galleria and paying and doing it. So when you think about bulk purchases and like batching your shopping, so we do this maybe once a year, and it's become like a annual December tradition. I work extremely hard throughout the year. Obviously, she does too. We get through Afrotech, which is normally like our big moment, and then we like, okay, we can finally chill for the year. That's when we take our vacation. And so at these trips, like if it's something I really, really want, I'm waiting because the math will ultimately math. Now, the expenses that you have to think about.
But my thing is, you're going to go on vacations anyway, right?
Yeah.
So to me, yes, the what you save will kind of even out with your flight and hotel and all of that.
Yeah.
But to me, at least I didn't do both. I didn't go on a vacation and still go to Beverly Hills and swipe my card. To me, at least I saved some money in that, and I got the experience and I got the bag.
You know what you sound like?
What?
You know what you sound like?
What?
You know what you sound like, Shereen?
What do I sound like?
You sound like you sell timeshares. You're going to go on the vacation anyway, so pay $350,000 now.
and save on your vacation 10 years from now.
Yo, we got bamboozled at a timeshare presentation.
We didn't get bamboozled because we didn't buy nothing.
They got us to go.
That's another way we save on vacations.
Yeah,
so
I want 5-star.
While we talking about travel,
I got to give up 2 hours of my time. It's the time value of money. I will give up 2 hours of my time. This is because I'm from the hood. I don't care what our lives look like now. I am Charles Kirkendall from the west side of Chicago. Just because I got a little bit now, nothing changes that. If I have to spend 2 hours on a 4-day vacation to save multiple thousands of dollars, I'm going to go. I'm going to smile. I'm going to really think about it.
Pretend.
And to be fair, I think about it more than she does. The Bronx going into it automatically.
I be having to give him the...
I'm
because
20%
they start breaking him down, so before we go in, I be having to look at me. We're not committing.
I be 20% open-minded. I be 20% open-minded.
No, look at me.
I'm like, but baby,
we're not committing.
10 years from now, we don't have to pay.
I'm
10 years from now, it's free.
I'm not financing $80,000 with this man.
So furthermore, skip the timeshare stuff. So yeah, we're cognizant of the fact that you have to pay for the flight, pay to stay, pay to do things. But like if you're a vacationer anyway, doing this dual purpose makes a lot of sense financially to ultimately shop.
But also, so, being a traveler, you talk about it on your socials all the time, but Charles has status with Delta. So Charles is a Delta loyalist.
Talk about it, Delta. Let's get this partnership going in 2024. It's that time.
I be trying to because sometimes some of the places we're going, you got to connect with Delta, and if the time
to hit these thresholds that Delta has now asked
you have to
you got to be
fly
committed.
Delta exclusively.
You got to be committed.
But I'm about the time value of money. I'm like, Delta, I love you, and I also am a Delta loyalist, but I'm trying to get there in 4 hours and not in 8.
Not 9 hours. Yeah,
so,
Chicago, right?
What Charles does, because he has the top status on Delta. So also what we do is when we fly international.
Wait, I don't know if Marla gonna watch this. I'm not the top status. I'm diamond, but there's 360.
Oh yeah, you're not
there, y'all.
You're not. I don't know Marla.
I just want to be honest.
We have a friend who's actually the top status.
Somebody, because I post about Delta all the time. They were like, "Are you the guy that they come bring the BMW?"
No. It's a Porsche. It's a Porsche.
I'm not there yet.
They're not picking you up in the Porsche. No. So you're right.
I'm the top for like.
Normal people, yeah.
If it's a different type of time. When
360, you're traveling every week for work, like globally, that is your life.
Regularly, yeah.
So you're like of a leisure kind of business. You are the top status. What is it, diamonds?
Diamond.
Okay, so he is diamond, and with diamond, you get upgrades, both international and domestic. So he uses upgrades. You're able, if you're flying with a companion, you're able to give them one of your upgrades. So I think we see. People all the time talk about like credit card points and it can be so intimidating to people.
But it's important, like the credit card choice, and that's just actually when I post on social about our shopping excursions, people did want to know about like our credit card usage and things of that nature. So we are platinumites. We're Amex Platinums, and as y'all know,
Amex, let's get that partnership going too.
Yeah, Amex, it's time. Shout out Marquise. I said Marquise. So y'all know my credit was bad when we first met. So Shireen was the first person that I knew that had
an Amex Platinum.
Amex. And she put me as a co-signer, and I did right by her. I'm still authorized.
Oh, I used to be looking at him like, don't be swiping.
I ain't never did her wrong. We have maintained this now. Every time I look, it's like I got like 8 years of membership or something. Like I'm getting up there. And so those points we transitioned primarily to Delta miles
because
to buy more flights.
Here's the thing about points: all points are not. I thought all points were created equal, and I thought all points were a 1-to-1.
Yeah. And that's not true.
And that's not true. So we have figured out, I only say convert points if it's going to save you more money than you had to spend to get those points.
You're preaching right now.
So for us, we have figured out that hotel and airfare are probably the best usage of points. Yeah. But they also market to you like, pay your bill with points.
Yeah, $60.
That conversion.
60,000 points for $60 off your bill.
The conversion to pay your bill is
crazy.
Trash.
So when we accumulate good amount of points, and I have a business Amex, we have our personal Amex, so we be like, you have points. So I know y'all see sometimes when she's in coach, and I troll her about it. So that's because we're not on the same reservation, but that's primarily because she is the authorized user on her account. I'll be like, you got enough points to book your own, like don't. And so we save money traveling because she's converting her Amex points into miles to buy her own flight.
Guys, be better than Charles, who sits down in first class and watches me walk to my
and I've recorded.
Comfort.
Bridget, don't start.
Sometimes it's comfort.
Focus on yourself, King.
But sometimes I'm 33A.
No. But you platinum this year. You platinum now.
I'm platinum.
Yeah, you platinum now. You big money
now. So now I'm comfort. That's the least. And Charles will never be like, babe, do you want the first class seat?
I gave it to you when we were coming back from Tokyo.
Charles, that was about 10 years ago.
That was true, but like, keep flying. So furthermore, let's get back to credit card. Keep flying. I believe I can fly. I don't know if I can say that. I don't know if that's the right person. You know, I was about to go down a tangent about
go ahead, go
that
down
person's
your
catalog,
go on your tangent.
And I listened in the car one day, full windows rolled up.
You canceled.
And I ran through about 6 or 7 tracks, and I was like, whoa. I know we can't listen to this anymore. I was listening to the Steppers album. I was like, the music was crazy.
We have a gospel playlist, and
there's
Marvin Sapp has a song with R. Kelly where I said, I don't care about R. Kelly. The Lord is in that song, and I'm not taking it off the playlist.
It's called Listen. It's
such a
really good song.
And
it's not even really R. Kelly on it. It's just his ad-libs. But literally, I don't feel like you can listen to his ad-libs.
Charles, we were in the car. Charles was like, should I take out the play? I said, absolutely not. It's a great song.
Let me bring it back. So we're Amex Platinumites. And just recently, based on the changes for Delta, in order to make Diamond this year, they have kind of escalated over the last few years. You know,
because all y'all been up in the lounge.
It was $16,000 a year ago. This year, you had to make $20,000 in spend in order to get Diamond. For this calendar year, 2024, they went up to $27,000.
Yeah.
But they did prioritize credit card spend as a mechanism to make your points for the first time ever. So they have the Delta Reserve card. So that's above platinum. So if you see me pull out a purple card, don't think that, you know, respectfully, the reserve card, you get $1 of that $27,000 per $10 that you spend.
It's 10 or 20. I thought it was $20.
Now you have the platinum, respectfully. So yours is 1 per 20.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. I just want
to. Do I need to get a reserve?
No. Because I got to pay for your reserve.
Yeah,
so
no. Should I get a reserve?
But mine is 1 per $10. So as you're spending for life and or your business, which is what I have, I'm automatically chipping away at that $27,000.
So I think it's really important to understand like the perks of each credit card, because we have friends who have like and how it matches their lifestyle. Yeah. We have a friend who she has a Chase Sapphire, and I think on Chase you get 5 times the points for lodging. She said she figured out that her rent qualifies for the lodging credit, so she pays her rent every month on her Chase Sapphire card and gets 5 times the points.
That's a hustle.
That is like the epitome of a hustle.
You traveling for free.
Exactly. So I'm like, you have to think this is New York, so I don't even know, 25, 3,000, 4,000. However much her rent is, she's paying that every month and getting 5 times the points. And then those points she's now converting to pay for whatever trip she's going on. So I know
hotels.
it could be like an overwhelming task to think about. Now, also, you also have to know what kind of spender you are. Don't be getting a
get
credit
that unlimited.
card.
Because that unlimited, they knock on you. Knock, knock, knock.
Especially Amex.
Stop knocking.
Amex will hit
Don't come knocking. Listen, hey Charles, $45,000 this month, and you better have it.
Amex is not the little credit card where your bill is $20,000 and they're like your minimum payment is $150. No. Amex like your minimum. We're gonna give you a little break. Your minimum payment is $16 at the least.
So please make sure that you got the capital for what you do.
For what you're
Lastly,
doing
on the credit card piece, and I'm glad that we tackled this. Like we have another group of friends that have the Southwest card, and that's the airline that's convenient for them. And they get the companion pass through that, and they just don't pay for flights. I don't know if Southwest still does it, but but at point they did. So like Southwest has really good mileage if that's your preferred airline. But for me, I miss the Delta.
So I think it's one, figuring out like what your preferred airline is going to be. Two, figuring out if that preferred airline has a credit card and what kind of perks come with that credit card.
Like the Citi and American Airlines card,
So all of those things kind of help you, one, build your status. And two, then get your credit card points that you can then use and convert to X, Y, and Z.
So we get to how all of this is coming together this year because, it's acquisition beloved. People, you can ask me the question. I'm not going to lead into it.
So we all know, blow a bag beloved.
Yeah, talk to me.
Got a little bag to blow last year.
Did I? What happened? I don't know what happened.
His business got acquired.
Oh, really? That's crazy. No, that's amazing.
The first thing he said to me is, so what I'm about to buy?
So this is the most money I say I ever got at one time in my life. For sure. Yeah. Obviously, we've accumulated that much because we got to pay for houses,
but like a lump sum.
Like a lump sum. I looked at it, I was like, whoa. And so with that, my priorities, and I actually broke down that day because I was just like, that was like, wow, we really did something special. And because
one thing about Charles, he gonna cry.
All right. Let's chill.
I love you. You gonna cry.
I am a cry. Post having a kid. I am. Wow. Even before that, because I used to be stern faced with you because you were trying to cry and use your tears to offset the fact that you were wrong.
You're not a crier because I'm a crier. Moments make you cry. Like
important moments. Yes.
Cried when you proposed.
I would hope that you would want me to cry when I propose and at the altar.
A lot of men don't cry when they propose. When they propose, okay. I'm like, you probably at the altar, like you were like
important moments.
You cried.
You gonna gas it? Now you doing that?
You cried.
Wait till the 10-year.
You cried when I gave you to watch,
and I'm not crying.
He definitely crying.
I'm saying I'm not gonna cry at the 10-year.
I'm gonna walk back. I'm gonna do a U-turn and walk back down because clearly you didn't see this vision of beauty.
All right, so it is nice.
But acquisition came, most money you ever saw in your life, and you were like, you know what? I want to reward myself. At this point, he already had a Rolex. So you're like, I want to reward myself.
My priorities were saving for the kids, and so we put some stuff away for them. I have been belaboring doing some like structuring, and I was okay. Let's do that. In addition to that, I wanted to do something very nice for her. And honestly, the mental toll that it took with the acquisition, and I was like, I need a vacation. Like I wanted to buy myself the one thing that I actually wanted to buy, because after last year and things were going pretty well, I was buying myself nice things. You know what I mean? So it was all good. But I wanted a AP or Audemars.
I didn't even know what that was.
Now my watch expectation has gone even higher than Rolex now. So we went to Berlin and Prague. Actually, we went to Berlin for the VAT tax shopping in August, but then we went to Prague solely because they had an Audemars store out there, and I was like, I want to buy it, get my AP, and that's all that I wanted.
And y'all, this is rich people talk, because when we walked into that store, they were like, you can't just come in here and buy no watch.
Yeah, they were like, you gotta build a relationship.
So it's giving Birkin.
That was the first time that I ever heard that like you having the money does not matter to us. You have to have a relationship.
So I have no interest in a Birkin, but I have, from what I understand, how Birkins work is you have to have a portfolio with Birkin, and I forget what they're called, but basically you have to make these small purchases to show your purchase history before they offer you the chance.
So at the one that you really want. And so to be fair, it wasn't a wasted trip, because Prague is
beautiful.
It is immaculate. I need to go there for a significant amount of time.
Yeah.
We were only there for a day because we literally just went to see that, and it was a surprise and delight with how beautiful the country was. So we're gonna go back. But they offered me one.
Yeah.
It was a code, but it wasn't the one that I wanted.
It was an entry-level ugly,
and it was the one that nobody would know was an AP if they were to see the band.
Yeah.
And I'm, self-aware enough to know that I'm not at the point yet that I don't want to purchase something of significance
for people to know,
and you not know that is what it is. That's the next level.
Said,
don't laugh, Orlando.
He said, "I'm not quiet luxury. I'm loud luxury."
I want you to look and say, "Oh, that naysayer got it." You know what I mean? And maybe the lower maturity.
No, we're never gonna be quiet luxury. No.
Oh, that's the next step. That is
quiet
the next
luxury.
Step. Yes. Well, I have the pieces that's not. What'd you say?
That's wealth. That's wealth.
Right. That is going from a rich mindset to a wealth. Thank you, Bridget, because Morgan talks about that. And so I'm just not there yet. I own that. And so
we want loud luxury. I need you to know.
So we passed on that, but that was the one purchase that I wanted and a vacation. So we planned a vacation. And this year, Shireen was extremely adamant. I throw a New Year's party. Shout out Afro Future, not Afro Chelly, but Afro Future, my brother Abdul. We go to Ghana every other year. It felt like, obviously, we had like some pandemic stuff, so it stopped. And she was like, "Hey, I'm tired of leaving my kids right after Christmas. So like this year we're not going." So we're like, okay, let's bring the kids on a vacation. And the vacation that I needed was a relaxing one. This had been an extremely stressful year, so I wanted to go to Cabo, just lay out. Charles on vacation is just drinking Bahama Mamas, is drinking mudslides, is laying by the pool. Y'all know I can't swim. Is sleeping.
And ordering up food.
Ordering food and other festivities.
Okay, all right. Well, the children were there, so less of those festivities, more just drinking.
Less than I would have liked, but, you find your time. You find respectfully. And then we wanted to do something for the kids, and that was London and Paris, because we were like, okay, we can make this into a dual purpose shopping trip. And so later, after we had already planned to actually go there to shop and to take CJ and Carter to Paris Disney, CJ came and was like, "Hey, I want to go to London. Y'all always leave me and never take me to London."
Yeah, CJ in his cancer energy is starting to...
Yeah, like y'all naysayers keep leaving me and I don't
and
like
I
it.
want to go. And CJ is also in his travel bag. He has told us he would like to go to the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Because he wants to see the
he's turning into a monster. And, with our outlet shopping, I will buy him a few pieces.
So the Gucci, they have a Gucci Kids store.
Yeah.
In the Palm Springs.
In the Palm Springs outlet.
And Charles it's now ready.
A few pieces.
It's now ready to wear CJ.
A few pieces.
I'm grown. I work every day. I don't even got no ready to wear. CJ got Gucci sweaters.
Yeah, Gucci hoodies.
And Charles is creating a monster because those sweaters are going to go from $200 to probably by the time.
Discount shopping for him. But thank you for transitioning there before we just get back to this trip. While CJ is ready to wear CJ right now, one of the things that you and I have had to become comfortable with, and I would say more so you than me, I'm self-aware, wow, this is therapeutic enough to know that I'm always going to want more and want better. So I have no issue letting go of things. So I'm not of gluttony luxury. So this is a fact. So it's like, hey, I'm getting the latest shoes. I will sell shoes on StockX.
Yes, we're big sellers.
And go. I will get rid of jewelry that I don't want anymore. I will get rid of ready to wear that is now out of season.
Out of season, ready to wear. Can
I talk my truth?
Charles and I live different lives, apparently.
And so that then it like replenishes that. But so I'm not like just buying it, then it just sits in the car. So I will keep it moving. And I even got you more comfortable with that.
Yeah, we are big giver awares.
Giver too. Like let's be very clear.
I am. So I've actually stopped, and we'll talk about my methodology a little later, but I've stopped giving to Goodwill and Salvation Army because y'all resellers have ruined it.
Wow.
And I'm not giving away my good stuff for you to go thrifting and then sell it for more. So what I have started to do is, to me, the money is spent. It's a sunk cost.
Yeah.
Whether I sell it or I give it away, it's fine.
This is what we do. We did it all last year, and I love this.
So I have found it's called Buy Nothing, but you can find it locally. Just search Facebook Buy Nothing. So it's Buy Nothing, whatever our area of LA is called. And basically, I go in there and I just post everything. Charles is like, "Hey, I want to get rid of this." I'm like,
full bag of clothes, a desk, like a perfect standing desk. Like we don't want to sell that. We want to help bless somebody's life.
I post everything in that Buy Nothing. I'm like, hey, I got a bag of kids' clothes, size 5 to 7. You got to take the whole bag. Whatever you don't use, give it back to the group.
Yeah.
But I have actually gotten away from Goodwill and Salvation Army because I just don't feel good about, I've already spent the money. I would rather bless someone else's life, whether they're doing well or not doing well. That doesn't matter to me. That's not the reason why I'm giving. But to me, you cannot receive with a closed hand. So
come on with a word. Come on, Sister Shireen.
In order for God to continue to bless me, I then have to pour that blessing into someone else.
Absolutely.
So I've had so many people from that group reach out to me like, "Oh my God, thank you for the couch that we've given couches." Like,
some people thought it was like fake. Like, hey, you're like, it's no price on this. Like, no, because we're giving
it away. So I'm
that's
in a
why
like.
we really truly believe that we bless because we are absolutely givers, except for the things that I got to resell. Like,
I mean,
CJ's Gucci sweat, I'm reselling.
Yeah, no, obviously we're gonna save that for Carter. No.
Oh, you want to save that for 5 years?
Yeah.
Oh, vintage Gucci.
Yeah,
vintage.
Gucci.
I like that.
Anyway,
so I just want to walk y'all through this trip before we get out of here.
Yes.
So we wanted to go to Paris and London and Cabo all together.
And Atlanta.
Use miles and Atlanta. I use miles for Cabo. I was a little short on getting Diamond, $800. And so I ended up, let me tell y'all what happened real quick. So I'm $800 away from getting Diamond. Diamond benefit is the most prestigious benefits outside of 360 that you could get from Delta, i.e. being able to upgrade international trips. So for $800, getting that status would save me tens of thousands of dollars being able to
fly
pay
Delta
for coach
One
and fly Delta One cross country or internationally. So I'm $800 short. Shireen suggests, hey, this is Art Basel week, guys. I want to be what's going on. The most premier event for amazing young.
First off, stop whispering because people can't even hear you.
I gotta set the stage. It's Art Basel. All my friends are there. I did not get booked.
Charles said, if I don't get booked for Art Basel, I'm not going.
And then the FOMO, y'all. I need y'all to understand.
So then all of a sudden,
nuts.
Now I didn't get booked, and I gotta spend money to go.
So we called Delta because the one thing that Delta does not do is it does not accumulate the
upgrades you pay
that
for.
you pay for. So you won't know how far you are from it if you pay for like an upgrade to first or upgrade to economy comfort until that flight happens. So that's neither here nor there. I'm 800 away. She's like 1,200 away. So on that call live, we upgrade her. We know we're going to reach the threshold. And this is platinum bone ring. You go, girl. Come on.
I'm platinum. I missed it the year before. I missed it by like $20.
Yeah, so she was on top of it.
So I was calculating this year.
So then I was like, hey, how far am I away from Diamond? They're like $800. So we're on the phone with the Diamond desk. And she's like, well, why don't you just fly up to San Francisco, first class, turn around and come right back? And I said, baby, that's what you want me to do.
Why don't I fly to Miami?
Fly to Miami with my friends for
and turn right back.
Turn back around. And so she begrudged like, shut up, naysayer, just go. And so I booked a flight to Miami to go that gave me the status again. So with the miles I accumulated, I was able to purchase my flight to London for free on miles. So then I just had to pay for her, my mom, CJ, Carter's obviously an infant. And then from there, because I made Diamond, I get 4 global upgrades. So I applied those 4 global upgrades to my free flight, their 3 flights, and we all flew first class Delta One to London. All right, so I just need y'all to understand how this math works.
Baby, when CJ got up there, he said,
we turned the monster.
He said, ooh, this is nice.
I laid out headphones on.
I want you to know.
Ice cream with chocolate.
I reclined him. I said, it's time to go to sleep, CJ. I'm going to recline you back and give you the pillow. When I tell you, when I woke that boy up, it was drool all around his mouth. I said, oh, you were sleep.
Yeah, man, the captain let him go up into the cockpit. So, like, to start a vacation, that was so beautiful. But you know, to the naked eye, it was seeing that we paid $30,000, $20,000 for those flights. And I'm like, no, we are always going to be the bargain luxury folks. And then we get out there. I'm looking for an AP. I kind of make the decision, post all of our trips. Like, if you see a Rolex, you buy it. There is a shortage of Rolexes right now.
There is.
And since I didn't get myself anything from the acquisition, I saw a beautiful rose gold two-tone Oyster 41. They love that. 41 millimeter.
Blow it back, beloved.
With
back.
diamonds. With diamonds on the face. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can zoom in on the diamonds.
Not zoom in on the diamonds. It's a beautiful watch.
It's a beautiful watch.
And at this point, I also understood the scarcity of Rolexes. Yeah. And I think that's one thing that we also like to do. If I'm going to buy something, I want to buy something that appreciates. Yeah. And you can essentially at this point sell a Rolex for more.
For a profit. So it was just like genuinely a good investment. But that right there in the VAT tax that I got back from that paid for the trip. Yeah. It paid for the trip. So now we playing with the house money. She wanted a Van Cleef. She was also willing in New York City to get a Van Cleef replica. And I just couldn't mentally be okay with my wife wearing anything replica.
It's not a bag. It's jewelry.
I
It's
said,
still
no.
gold. It's still diamonds.
We're not going to be the replica Kirkendalls. I will, and I'm like, it wasn't even her money. I was going to buy it for her. She's like, no, you could get me the replica. I said, no, we're going to go to Paris.
If y'all see me with a second one, it may or may not be a replica. So just.
I'm not doing this with you. But, those are the things that you have to think about while shopping. That's the methodology that we're going to continue to keep.
And this is the last thing. If we have so many friends that are having children right now that are big international travelers. If you are an international traveler and you have global entry, even if you aren't an international traveler, if you travel at least twice over the course of 5 years, please get global entry. It also includes pre-check, and it's only $100. Yeah. Pre-check by itself is $75. So
you automatically have pre-check.
You automatically have pre-check. But if you are traveling with your children or you want to travel with your children, it's not like pre-check where... Just because
you the parent and you got it, the kids
can go through. Global entry, they need to check your passport. They need to make sure whoever's coming back in the country is who left the country. So everyone on your reservation has to have global entry.
For you to go through the
global entry line. So if you try to go through with your kids, they're going to send you back and say you got to get back on the regular line. The workaround for that we got was Mobile Passport.
Yes, the gyms.
Yeah, so we download Mobile Passport. If you don't want to pay for global entry, you can download Mobile Passport. The line is a lot shorter. And essentially what you do is you scan your passport into this app. When you land at your airport from your location services, it picks up and it says, hey, you want to check back into the U.S. We're global entry people. I got both kids global entry. So now when we travel with them, we're able to go through the global entry line. You don't have to do anything. It scans your face when you land, and then they're like, Charles, Shireen, CJ, Card, and you just walk through. There's no questions. You don't got to talk to no one. You're in and you're through it in 3 minutes. So if you are traveling with your kids, get them global entry. It's super easy to do for kids. Yeah. I think I did it, and it was done. We did an interview on arrival, and it was done like in 3 weeks.
Yeah, you can do your interview at the airport. I think the most important takeaways is, manage your credit card debt, number one.
Yes.
And get the right one if you are trying to be a big spender. Go to Europe. You can literally sit there. We don't rush the shopping. Mm-hmm. It's also a very good experience, champagne and stuff. Mm-hmm. And we do the math. We'll toggle between the U.S. website and the Europe website to see the base price difference. We will then convert, GBP to Euro. Like, we don't play these games. If we're going to do it, we want to get it for the absolute cheapest price we can. And then we make extra time at these airports to do the VAT tax, because that is the most important piece to all of this, is getting your actual VAT tax refund. And that can come, that can come at the airport. Or if you're going to another European country, you could do it at the train station. Because we took the train from Paris to London. They had it at the train station. Now money hit the Amex literally a few days ago. And I said, yes, we back.
And the sales assistants at all these boutiques are so nice. They will not rush you. I know before we were like comfortable going into places and shopping, I just always felt like I gotta, if they bring me something, I have to buy it. Yeah. And you don't have to buy it. I will make them bring out 1,000 things. I will look at all of them and I'll be like, okay, I have to think about it.
Champagnes, and I call myself window shopper beloved in London because I'm not paying. The GBP is too strong right now. Yeah. So I'm in London. I'll go look, but I ain't
we'll
touching.
go, we'll look, we'll see, and then we'll leave. And then to me, I'm like, okay, now I'm scouting for my next trip to Europe.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, let me see. I even do it here. I'll go into the U.S. stores. I'm looking at stuff. I'm like, oh, that's cute. I like that. And then I'm moving on. So I will say, don't feel rushed. Don't feel pressure. It's your money. Spend it how you want to spend it. Don't let anyone put no pressure on your back.
And I have one last major key, y'all, because I
Yes.
forgot this, because
What's
people
your
wanted me
major
to
key?
break it all the way down. I will wake up early, Europe time,
Oh, yeah.
in my planning of where we're going to go,
Yes.
get in contact with a sales associate and pre-purchase items
For your
my
sizes.
size.
Yeah.
So that is a very hidden gem.
Yes.
They'll do it in different ways. Sometimes they'll send you a credit card authorization to do it. We also one time had to wire the.
I said, this is
the
the
place
sketchiest shit I've ever
money
done.
directly.
Charles.
We had to wire Louis Vuitton money directly.
The lady
in
at the bank
Berlin.
was like, "Are you sure it's Louis Vuitton?" I said, "My husband's." She said, "Because once it's gone, miss." I said,
Yeah. But when you get there, they have it all for you. Anything that you do not want,
You can return.
refund it on the spot. So if you have issues with sizing, or we were just in Europe and Pharrell stuff had just dropped, they had pre-purchased these things for me so that we could, just continue to be ready to wear.
Basically, it's order pickup
Order pickup
internationally.
internationally. So that is a thing.
Yes.
I've given y'all all the gin. I led y'all to the water. There's no more that we could do for better or best.
Happy shopping.
Window shopping episode. We'll catch y'all
I just
next
need
time.
somebody